So, uh, good evening, all of you. Here is topic deep learning based medical imaging classification. I am Dr. SANTI Behera from the SSUT Burla. It is the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. To introduce artificial intelligence, it's a broad field of computer science that aims to create machines or systems that can perform tasks requiring human-like intelligence, right? If you will go for the machine learning, it's a subset of AI that enables system to learn patterns and improve performance from data without being explicitly programmed. Again, if you will go for the deep learning, a specialized subset of machine learning that use artificial neural networks with many layers, that is known as the deep networks, to automatically learn complex features from large amount of data. So if you identify the difference between AI, ML, and DL, the basic difference in terms of computation power, is like in AI it's moderate, and in ML it's higher than AI, and in terms of DL it's very high. That means you need here GPU and TPU we need it here. Right, so deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that structures algorithms in layers to create an artificial neural network that can learn and make intelligent decisions on its own. So, in deep learning, the if you will look into the advantages of deep learning, it's automatic features extraction, right? So CNN automatically learns and extract features, that is features in terms of what edges, texture, shapes, objective from raw data, like traditional methods where the features must be hand designed. So it's advantages also like high accuracy in vision tasks, and like achieve parameter sharing, and that is the efficient parameter sharing and translation invariance, hierarchical feature learning. It reduces the need of manual processing, and there are more advantages of DL or a deep convolutional neural network. It's another one advantages is like scalability. That means it can handle large scale of data set. Like data set, you know the imaging net data set. It's a first data set, and with various number of images. It's you can say millions of images in that data set. That is the ImageNet data set. And so, in short, you can say DCNN are powerful because they automatically learn hierarchical features, reduce computational cost with shared weights, and achieve very high accuracy in complex to tasks like visions, speech, and text. Okay, so see, this is the basic structure of CNN: input, feature extraction, classification. So in feature extraction, you are using convolutional ReLU pooling, and for the feature classification, it's the higher level of the CNN, higher layer of the CNN. Here we are using the softmax, the higher layer of the softmax. We will also discuss in detail. So CNN, you can define CNN, or you can compare with a regular NN, or you can say a neural network turns an image into one long line of numbers which lost the natural height, weight, and width of the picture, and makes the model big and less efficient if you will go for a regular neural network. But a convolutional neural network keeps the image in its real form. That is, real form means what? It's exact what have the height, width, and depth, and use small filters that slides over it to find edges, color, and shape step by step. Because of this, CNN need very fewer parameter. Okay, so it works fast also, and understand images and videos much better than the normal, or you can say regular neural networks. Okay, so here, if you will, for example, if you will take to the differentiate the neural network and the convolutional neural network, let's say, suppose we have a image that is 32 into 32 and 3, that is the cat image. Let's say 32 is what? First 32 is the height, again 32 is the width, and depth is 3. So that we define as 32 cross 32 cross 3. So 3 is what? Depth in terms of for the RGB, right? And here, if you will use an n regular neural network, it flatten into a one dimensional vector of, if you will multiply 32 into 3, you will get 3072. It just see a long raw number. So for that, if you will use a convolutional neural network for the same image, if you will kept it is in height, width, and depth form 32, 32, 3. So CNN applies filter that scans small regions like 3 cross 3 patches across the image, and first layer detect the edges and colors, and the deeper layer detects the shapes like eyes, ears, and the final layer, what is the final layer we are getting, we are combining to them to recognize what a particular picture. Let's say as we are taken a picture of cat. Right. So you can say convolutional neural network, it see the phases of structure. Finally, you will get the output like that. You can like classify like it's a kit. Right. So see the basic difference between, again this slide, NN and CNN, right? So in a normal NN, what you have, input layer, and there are the number of hidden layer and the output layer. The same structures also we are following here in convolutional neural network, but it had transformed the 3D input volume to the 3D output volume of neurons activation. Okay, here the width is denoted 3 like red, green, blue channels. Okay, so CNN have two main components. It have features extraction part. Another one is the classification part. Feature extraction, that means as is shown in the previous diagram, that is here. You are doing what for the features extraction? We are doing the convolutional ReLU pooling. What are that exactly? We will discuss also. Convolutional ReLU pooling, like that for the feature extraction part, right? So in this part, it takes the input like means what? An image with height, width, and depth, and you just convolutional filter to detect features such as edges, texture, and shape. These are the features of the images. And we are applying the pooling, right? Pooling then reduce the size. It is used for the downsampling while keeping the important information as it is and making the network more efficient. Okay, see here the features extraction. So if you will go for the features extraction, how it is doing, see this blue matrix is noted as your input image, and here a green matrix is sliding in that image. It is known as the filter. We are using a filter, and here we are getting a red square that is denoted as the features map. Here we are calculating the features map. Okay, so in for the classification, it is for the fully connected layer, and after features are extracted, the output is flattened and passed through one or more fully connected dense layers, right? So these layers combine to combine the features to predict the final classes. That means if your input is a cat or dog, in that final layer we are going to classify. So after feature extraction, it feed to the classification part. So convolution layer broadly categorized into two parts, mainly two components: feature extraction component and classification component. So feature extraction learns what is the image like edge, shape, object, and classification detects decides what is the image is, right? What is the image in? So what are the parameters we are getting, the features we are getting, that part is done by the features extraction. And what exactly we want to classify, the decision depends on the classification. Okay, so see, this matrices is one filter is sliding on our image, input image, and we are getting the image map square. So here the operation, how the convolution in 2D visualization, see, the depth is in an image, there is a three color channel. Okay, so here the square pixel is 301,262,241. It's from an input image we are taking a square like this. Okay, and we are applying our filter. Here we are taking a, convolutional filter of Sowell filter, and with the value what, -1, 0, 1, -2, 0, 2, -1, 0, 1. What exactly it is doing? With reference to 6 we are doing here. So source pixel is 6 and destination pixel we are calculating. Okay, after applying the filter. So here we are multiplying -1 into 3 plus 0 into 6 plus 1 into 1 plus -2 into 2 plus, like that we are calculating the destination pixel value, that is -3. Okay, so like this for the every channel we are calculating, we are applying the filters in each of the channels and we are calculating the features map. This is the 2D visualization. See, there are the three color channel RGB, and here we are taken that height and width of 4 unit pixels. Okay, so convolutional operations in RGB, how it operates? As I shown here, these are the RGB three color channel. How it operates, right? So it operates like what? See this slide also. You can identify a filter is sliding, and it have three channels: R channel, green channel, and blue. R for the red, green, blue. And for the each channel there is a filter we are applying, and we are calculating the value, and we are adding with the bias value, and finally we are calculating the output. So here what happens, input images are in RGB. A color image has three channel, that is red, green, blue. For example, also I can say if we want to take a image of like 5 cross 5 cross 3 image, what that mean? 5 is first 5 is the height, second 5 is denoted as width, and another one is the depth, that is 3. 5 cross 5 cross 3. Okay, so after that input image we are applying the convolutional filter. Filters are known as the kernel also. Here it is written kernel channel 1. So it's a filter, right? A filter also has the same depth as the image. Like input image depth is 3, so filter is depth is 3. For example, if you have 3 cross 3 matrix with depth 3, 3 cross 3 cross 3. So once the 3 cross 3 will slice on R, again it will slice on G, again it will slice on B, as shown in the slide. Okay, so the convolutional operation, the filter slides, it is known as also strides. We will see also this, what is strides over the image, and each step what is doing, it is multiplying the filter value with the corresponding pixel values in RGB channels, and sum all the products across all the three channels, and sum with the bias value. Bias is optional. If you want to give bias, if you will, otherwise it's optional. And finally, you are getting the output single number in the feature map. Okay, so one filter produce one 2D features map. So it's a value is your image in your 3D, and you are getting the 2D features map in terms of height and width. Okay, so the see how it is working. Your slide, this filter is sliding on this, and it is multiplying as shown in the previous slide. I shown you how it is multiplying, and what value it is getting. It is summation with the all this RGB value with the bias, and it is storing in the output features value. Okay, for in here also you can say in for the output, if you have R slice 3 cross 3 value, G slice 3 cross 3 value, and B slice 3 cross 3 value, and the filter has also 3 slices RGB, then the output, what is you can calculate, and how you can calculate the summation of R into filter R plus the summation of G into filter G plus the summation of B into filter B plus bias. And how it is moving, the see the arrow mark, how it is calculating for the features map. Okay, this is the depth, this width, this is the height. Okay, and simultaneously it is calculating RGB value, and it is storing into a 2D image features map. Okay. So here you can say that each convolutional filter looks at all three channels RGB at once, and it combines them into a single features map, and that highlights the pattern like edges, textures, or color combinations. Okay. So apart from that, it have other major operations like ReLU activation and stride and pull. What is the ReLU activation? There are other activation functions are there also. Apart from ReLU, ReLU is an activated function that introduce non-linearity into the network. It transforms each input value by calculating the formula like f of x is equals to maximum of 0 comma x. Okay, maximum of 0 comma x. So if you give x equals to 2, then the max of 0 comma 2, what will be the output? 2, right? If you will give input like -1, f of x, instead of x you are taking -1, or x value is -1, so what you are getting? Max 0 comma -1, so you are getting 0. So here we are going to we are not going to shrink the mapping image or features map. We are not shrinking that. Instead of minus value, we are putting 0, right? So here we can say that without nonlinearity, CNN would behave like a linear system, limiting their ability to learn complex patterns. ReLU allows the network to model the complex relationship in the data, right? So it prevents vanishing gradient problems, and also faster computation, because it simply just makes up 0 and whatever the minus or x, right? So it just the maximum with the 0 value. So it helps the network coverage first during the training. So let's say if you have the input like -1 to -0.53, after applying ReLU, what exactly we are getting? We are getting, instead of -1 we are getting 0. So the four values we are getting the same, but instead of -1 and minus values we are getting 0. So the output become 0, 2, 0, 3, like that. Okay, so next is the stride. Stride is here what? See here we taken the length equals to 2, and it's the filter is sliding over the input image. The filter is sliding over the input image with slide 2 value, means with pixel value 2. So the stride is the number of pixels the convolutional filter moves at each step across input image. It controls how much filter shifted while screening the input. So if you will take a stride equals to 1, right? So the filter moves 1 pixel at a time, and it will give what? It will more detailed feature map. The size is larger, right? And if you will take more than 1, let's say here we are taking the stride value is 2, right? That means here the pixel will 2 pixel, the sliding of filter is 2 filter, right? It the filter skips 2 pixel values. Okay, so for example, if you will say if you have 3 cross 3 matrix on filter 3 cross 3 filter on matrix of let's say 5 cross 5 image with the stride 1, it gives a 3 cross 3 output. Okay, if you will take a stride 2, then it will give you 2 cross 2 output. Okay, so adjusting stride helps the balance computation cost and spatial resolution of features. Next, the pooling. So pooling is nothing, it's the downsampling. After convolution layer, it is the common to add a pooling layer into the between the CNN layer. So pooling layers reduce the spatial dimension, that is height and width of features map, while keeping the most important information. There are different types of pooling also, like different types in the terms you can use max pooling that takes the maximum value of each patch, and the average pooling, it will calculate the average value of each patch, and you will get the features map. Okay, so the purpose of pooling is what? To reduce the computation in deeper layer, make the network more robust to small shift, distortion, or rotation in input. For example, if we're taking 2 cross 2 maximum pooling of 2 3 sorry 2 3 3 4, what is the maximum value here? 4. So the result will be 4, like this slide. See here, here we apply the maximum pooling, and this is the input image, and here though the stride is 2, so first stride, what is the value we are getting? First square you are getting here 1156. After stride 2, you are getting 2478, like that, right? So for 2 cross 2 filter you are applying. For this, what is the maximum value? From 1 5 say 1 1 and 5 6, the maximum value is 6. So it is mapped into the features value 6, right? And the after stride you are getting here 2 4 7 8. What is the maximum value? Because we are applying your maximum pooling, so the maximum value is 8, so you are storing here 8. Okay, sorry.
Continue, man.
Okay, so another one, see here, 3 2 1 2. What is the maximum value here? 3, so we are storing here 3. Again 1 0 3 4. What is the maximum value here? 4, so we are storing here 4. And apart from this maximum pooling, also there is another pooling is known as the average pooling. Like the what we are doing in average pooling, the same here. If you will consider this square 1156, we will 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 6 divided by 4. That value we are going to store here, right? So this is the case of pooling. It have two types of pooling, you can do it. Okay, so for the whatever the operations like ReLU, it introduces non-linearity so the network can learn the complex pattern. In terms of stride, if you apply stride, control how the filter moves, affecting features, map size and detail. And for the pooling, it is used for the downsampling features map, reducing the size, compute and computation computing while keeping the key features. Okay, so together these operations make convolutional CNN efficient, powerful, and capable of learning hierarchical features from image, video, and other structured data. Okay, so another one is the padding. Padding means what? Padding is what? Like we are adding some value, right? Padding is the process of adding extra pixels around the border of an input image or the features map before applying a convolution. These extra pixels are usually set to 0. Okay, so it is also known as zero padding. But you are doing, why we will do the padding? But question arises, why we will do the padding? Because we are taking the input images, right? So the padding is need to control the output size. Okay, we don't want to reduce or shrink our image. We don't want to lose any kind of information from our input image. Okay, so if you will do padding, then if you will apply the filter, then there is no such shrink or no such loss of your input images. Okay, so there are also different types of padding. One is the valid padding, another one is the same padding, another one is the full padding. Okay, valid padding, no extra pixels are added, output size is smaller than input. If you will go for the same padding, adds enough pixels so the output size equals to the input size. If you will add the full padding, add extra pixels to allow the filter to fully slide over all positions, making the output slightly larger than the input. Okay, so padding is simply a process of adding layers of zeros to our input image. This prevents shrinking, as if p equals to number of layers of zero added to the border of the image, then our n cross n matrix image become n plus 2p into n plus 2p image after padding. Okay, see, this is the visualization of CNN after padding. See here, here we are doing the padding. So 000, the outer image, whatever it is displaying 000, that is the zero padding. Okay, our image input is in the blue matrix. Okay, the outer whatever you are identifying 000, that is the zero padding. Okay, after zero padding, what we are doing, we are applying the filters. Okay, so here the filter we are using. Okay, filters, and the same calculation or the same procedure calculation we are calculating, and finally we are getting the output volume value in the 3 cross 3 into 2. Okay, see this here, 0 RGB depth 0 and 1 RGB is the 2, right? Depth size is 3, so 0 1 2 we are taking, and we are calculating like this. Okay, so you can say padding helps CNN preserve spatial dimension, capture edges features, and maintain flexibility for deep architecture. It is an essential part of modern CNN design like VGG, ResNet, and other. We will discuss also that what is the benefit of padding. Okay. So another concept is there called overfitting. Why? We will get three things. One is the good model. Your model may be the overfitting. Your model may be underfitting. Okay, so overfitting means what? Overfitting happens when a model learns the trained data too well, including its noise and random fluctuation, instead of capturing the underlying patterns. As a read, as see in this slide, see this is a model, and if it will performs well on test data, if it will performs well on test data, then your model is good. But if your model is well in training set, then it is overfitting. But your model is not in well in training set also, it comes under your underfitting. Okay, so the overfitting happens when a model learns the training data too well. Okay, so it includes what? It includes noise and random fluctuations instead of capturing underlying patterns. Okay, so as a result, what we are getting, the model performs very well on training data, but performs poor on new or unseen data. Okay, so that we are in case of what? In case of testing and validation. Okay, in case of testing and validation, if your model is poor, then it comes under your overfitting. Okay, so why overfitting happens? Okay, so the if your model is it depends on the model complexity. Okay, the model complexity means what? Too many parameters, because we are considering the deep layers. Okay, many neurons, and your data set is small. Okay, in that case also it may occur the overfitting and insufficient data, right? And noise in the data, you will get the overfitting. And like you are taking too many epoch, where you are taking too many epoch at the time in training, for the too many long can make the model memorize the data. Okay, so in terms of too many epoch, you will get the overfitting. Okay, so the you can say the what is the overfitting. The training accuracy keeps increase while the validation accuracy tangent or decrease. Okay, when the training accuracy keeps increasing while the validation accuracy is decreasing, that is the overfitting. Okay, so for that, what is the solution, or what we can prevent for the overfitting? So see here one example also for the overfitting. If a student one studied addition only, and it skipped subtraction, division, multiplication, what will be the result? Learn from only from the small part of the training data set. In such cases, the model is underfitting. Okay, comes to student 2, good memory, it memorized the textbook without understanding the concept. Okay, that means what? Memorize the entire training data, performs well for the knowing data, but if it will not perform well for the unknowing data, so it comes under your overfitting. Okay, for let's say for student 3, it study all the mathematical operation with a proper understanding, right? So that means it is perform well in the both training as well as the test data. It's good fitting. Okay, so how can you prevent your from the overfitting? You can include more data, simpler model, and another thing is you will apply the dropout. Okay, so it is a dropout is a particular way to reduce overfitting. Okay, and you can say there is another way to reduce overfitting is known as also dropout. Okay, so dropout, it is what? Randomly ignorance some neurons during training to prevent memorization. Okay, so for example, let's say a CNN train 100 cat images with 10 layers may learn specific pixel patterns in the train set. Okay, when showing a new cat image, it fails to classify correctly because it memorized the training image rather than the learning general cat features. Okay, so it's a problem of your what? Overfitting. So to overcome that, we are using dropout. So So dropout is a technique or regulation technique used to prevent overfitting in neural network. So here, how we are doing this? See, here some neurons are going to drop. That means during the training, each neuron has probability P of being kept. That means, let's say that is 0.8%, 0.8 probability is 0.8. That means 80% neuron kept and 20% neuron drop out. Okay, and you will decide like that how what will be your probability percent and how much you want to drop out. Okay, the neurons that are dropped do not participate in the forward or backward propagation in that iteration. Okay, so that is one, it comes under your training case. Okay, during the testing. Okay, during the testing, all the neurons are used, but their dropout are scaled to account for the dropout during the training. Okay, see that means what? For example, I can say you, for example, a fully connected layer has 10 neurons. Okay, dropout probability is equals to, let's say, p equals to 0.2. That means two neurons are randomly ignored during one training iteration. Okay, and next iteration, a different set of two neurons may be dropped. Okay, so over many iterations, the network cannot rely on any single neuron, so it learn robust features. Okay, so imaging a team of works where some like some absents are there, some members are absent, so some neurons are absent here at the time of training. You are absent or dropping some neurons, right? So you can say temporarily ignorance random neurons during training to make the network more robust and reduce the overfitting is the job of your dropout. Okay, so let's say consider another scenario also. A fully connected layer has 5 neurons. Okay, so dropout probability is zero point 0.6. That means 60% of neuron are kept and 40% are dropped out. 60% of neuron are kept and 40% are dropped, right? So the layer output before dropout is, if you have before dropout, the layer is, let's say, y equals to some value, you can take y equals to 0.5, 0.8, 0.2, 0.9, 0.3, that is the y value. Then after generating the dropout mask, so suppose you generate a dropout mask like 10110, 10110. That means here what? Keep neuron 1, 3, 4 and drop 2 and 5. Because what I marks, what do you use the marks here? 10110. That means in first position you are taking 1, that means you will take that neuron. Okay, and second position you are taking 0, that means drop that neuron. And third position you are taking again 1, that means consider the neuron, right? Like that. So you are generating the drop mask, a dropout mask, and you are applying the dropout marks into your input. Okay, so like that, if you will apply whatever we considered that y value zero point 0.5, 0.8, 0.2, 0.9, 0.3, if you will mask it, you will get some value is going to consider as 0, that means 0.5, next value is 0, 0.2, 0.9, another value is 0, like that. Okay, so here we are dropping some value. Okay, so if you will apply dropout, what happened in the time of testing, all neurons are active but scaled by the cap probability p equals to zero point 0.6, as we taken 0.6, maintain expected outcome is what? It will multiply just with the input zero point 0.5 into zero point 0.6, whatever your value are getting. Okay, such things are coming under your dropout. So the dropout randomly turn off neurons during training. Okay, and forces the network to learn redundant and robust features. During testing, all neurons are active, but output are scaled to the match the training distributions. Okay. So this see the how it is selected some value and it's dropping some values. Okay, like that it is working. Next, the classification. Okay, there are two parts. We consider two parts. One is the features part, feature extraction part. Another one is the classification part. Okay, so in this part, what happens? The CNN classifier refers to the process of assigning an input to one of the several predefined category based on the features learned by the network. Okay, so here see, if this is the input you are getting, the after the features extraction you are getting, we are applying the flatten function. Okay, see here also flatten function. Okay, so it is what the after features extraction, the input image passes through the convolution layer where the filter detect the edges, feature, texture and patterns. Then we are applying the pooling layer, right, to reduce the spatial size while retaining the important features. After that, we are applying several layer. The network has learned the deep features, right? So after features, we are doing the flatten. We are doing the flatten. Okay, flattening. So here the 3D features map. The 3D features map. What is the 3D features map? Contains height, weight, and depth. Forms the last convolutional layer are flattened into 1D vector, one dimensional vector to feed into to the fully connected layer. Okay, so the fully connected layer or the dense layer, these layer combines the extracted features to the predicted which class the input belongs to. Okay, it classified them. Okay, each neuron in the output layer presents a class. There are different class. So if you will if you will like take the images are from the cat or dog, after that it classify from which category. Okay, so there are the different classes. Okay, so after that flattening, we are applying fully connected, then we are applying the activated function. Here we are talking about the softmax layer. Okay, so for multi-class classification, a softmax function is applied to the output layer to get the probability for each class. What is the probability of each class? If it is 80%, 82%, here like the image classification, if it is 82% cat, 15% dog, 2% like that, so that means what is the maximum probability after
Certificate
classification
मिଳିଯିବ ତ?
comes to that class, right? So it will go to that class cat. Okay, so here we predict the class is one with the highest probability. Okay, so in the softmax function, softmax activated function, it in it will the last layer you are using for the prediction. For example, you can say the task is like that: classify image into three classes. Okay, cat, dog, rabbit, let's say. Okay, so the input images are 32 cross 32 cross 3. That means what? 32 width, depth, and 3 for the RGB image. Okay, RGB color channel. So here the CNN extracts the features like what? Edges, eyes, ears, shapes, intercate. Okay, and at the output layer we are getting three neurons, and we are applying to the softmax. So let's say we are getting cat some probability 0.88 probability, dog 0.09 probability, rabbit 0.03 probability. So it predicts it's a cat, right? So The CNN combines the features extraction and classification in one network. Convolution that CNN that we are applying after see whatever we shown in this first slide, how the CNN architecture. See this, right? So the last layer is the softmax layer. Here is the last layer, softmax layer for the classification. Okay. Okay. So the how the softmax layer works. For example, see here, suppose a CNN output for three classes 2.0, 2.0, 1.0 and 0.1. Okay, so here it applies this equation to calculate the softmax layer. It is exponential of z. This, let's say this is the z I value. This is individual to 2.0 is I, and it's a set of z value. Okay, so how it is calculated? E to power 2.0, this sum value. So it exponential value it is going to calculate it. Then the sum of all of this, then the probability it is checking. Okay, probability means what? From the each class it will check the probability. Okay, so here we are getting 7.39, 7.39 divided by 11.22, right? The total sum of the all exponential value. So after that you are calculating the probability value. So like here the highest probability value is what? 0.66. So whatever the value is, the which class is getting the highest probability, the prediction goes to that class. Okay, so the submax layer is works like this. Okay, so the uh, architecture of CNN, that like it have different networks. So AlexNet, VGC16, VGC19, GoogleNet, RestNet, DenseNet, MobileNet, and SuperNet. Okay. So according to the it differentiate different architecture and different layers. There are differentiate between according to that. A CNN consists of different input layer. If you will consider only a CNN, okay, basic CNN architecture. What is basic CNN architecture and this network models? The difference. Basic CNN architecture, what it contains? It contains input layer where it takes the input image. Let's say, for example, whatever I'm using like 32 cross 32 cross 3, and after input layer we are using the convolutional layer, right, to apply the convolution operation using filters or kernels to extract the features like edges and texture. Then the output depends on the filter size, or we are using the stride and padding like that. Then we are doing the next step is the activation function. Activation function as shown in the ReLU. ReLU, it is for the linearity to non-linearity, introduce the non-linearity, or the formula is like we are using ReLU is f of x is maximum of 0 comma x. Okay, so after that we are using the pooling layer for the sub-sampling layer, right? Then we are applying fully connected layer, FC layer. Then we are coming for the output layer. Okay, output layer uses the softmax for the classification probability. Okay, so after that these are the different architecture, pretend architectures defined in deep learning or CM. Okay, so we will come to the AlexNet. First one, see the AlexNet structure. Here AlexNet is what it's a purpose is to ImageNet classification. The ImageNet is the first data set where it contains the number of images. Okay, more than millions number of images there in ImageNet. And here the features for the features extraction in AlexNet, we are using ReLU activation and dropout to reduce the overfitting, and we are applying overlapping pulley. Okay, so here the architecture is like see here somewhere it is written here. See the data input is like 227 into 227 into 3 images with zero centric normalization. Okay, after convolution you are getting like this. You see I have a visualization of that also, the same whatever the written here. See this one. See the first input is what, 227. Okay, and here what is written, the depth is 3, right? So see this example, or this the diagramical representation. 2 to 3 with the depth is 3, and here we are applying convolution 11 cross 11 with the stride 4 for 9, and we are applying also 96 kernels. Okay, so next whatever we are getting here 55. How we are getting 55? See, 2 to 7 minus 11, the convolution value are minus 11 divided by 4 is what, the stride value 4, plus 1 is what, itself, right? So total we are getting 55 with the 96 kernels. Okay, after that we are applying overlapping max pool 3 cross 3 with the stride value 2. Okay, so here 55, the max pool value is what, 3 cross 3. So 55 minus 3 divided by what is the stride value, 2, plus itself, that is 1. So you are getting 27. Next you are applying here, let's say we are applying 5 cross 5 and pad 2, and the kernels, the filters were applying here 256. Okay, 256 kernels. Okay, so how we are calculating them? 27 plus 2 cross 2 padding we are applying, minus 5 the convolution, divided, because here we are not considering any stride, so divided by 1. Okay, and we are getting here 27. Okay, so 27. Next, let's say here the same thing is written, whatever I am discussing in the figure here, the same step by step, the how it is working I am describing here. And overlapping max pool with this you are getting 13, then convolution 3 cross 3 pad 1 with the 384 kernels. So you are calculating like this one you are getting. Okay, again the same things we are applying, convolution, padding, pooling, and for the overlap max pooling, and here it is 3 cross 3 and stride equal to 2. So how we are calculating, because 13 minus 3 divided by 2 plus 1 equals to 6, right? So you are getting the that uh, value, that fully connected value. Here we are getting the fully connected value is 4096. How we are getting this fully connected value 4096? Because it is, we are taking dropout values 50%. Okay, dropout value is 50%. That means here we are getting how much value, 9216. So its 50% is 4096 dropout value. Okay, so finally we are applying the softmax, the upper layer. Okay, so here the width and height of the kernel are usually the same, and the depth is the same as the number of the channel. Okay, how the AlexNet works? Then like the same, you can consider VGG 16, VGG 16,
Ma'am,
VGG 16. Yes.
ma'am, one doubt, ma'am. Why we go for the channel, the crash normalization like that you mentioned in that previous AlexNet
In
architectures?
this slide, in this slide,
Previous slide, ma'am.
this one.
Yes, ma'am. In this slide, crash channel normalization you mentioned here. Can you say that why we are using this crash channel normalization? What's the purpose of that? Can you explain it, ma'am?
Which one you are asking for, the zero center normalization?
In fourth row, ma'am. Fourth row.
Acha. Yeah. Cross channel normalization with 5 channel per elements, right? See, here we are considering the same structure. uh, this one you are asking 96 111 conversion trivial. Then whereas normalization, see, you have to, after taking the input, we are doing the normalization every time where the data conversion value, then the normalization value are applied. Yeah, there are the different kind of normalization are there. So cross channel normalization is a one type of normalization here we are applying. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. But why we are using that normalization in that place? Remaining all those things are very clear about your based on your explanation, ma'am. I don't know why we are using that crash channel normalization in that place. What is the purpose of that? That only I need to know, ma'am.
See, every step it is need normalize. Normalization means the data normalization we are doing, right? So, what input we are taking here? What the input we are taking every? So you are asking for the cross normalization only in that point you are doubting, or what the steps?
Yes, ma'am. What is the purpose of using that? That's all, ma'am.
So it actually it included in MATLAB, right? In MATLAB, we are doing this cross-channel normalization. I will show you in that case. We will apply in that. In MATLAB case, we are applying this cross-channel normalization. It's exactly a cross-channel normalization is nothing on the uh, like the same as the batch normalization. Batch normalization, the batch normalization, by only using the mean batch, we are selecting that how many batch of that. It is such kind of normalization here very useful. Okay. Okay, the same thing, we are doing the same process in VGC 16. Okay, so the same like convolutional neural network, ReLU, then max pooling, like the same structure of the VGC 16, and the structure of or architecture of AlexNet and VGC and ResNet is this. These are the AlexNet structure, and this is the VGC, and this is the ResNet. Okay, so in AlexNet, if you will say, already shown the AlexNet. Okay, so if you will go for the VGC 16, it has 16 layers, VGC 19, 19 layers. Okay, like that. And there are also Google Net structure. We are using different architectures of CNN, right? So you can, according to the layers, you can summarize the depth of the layer. So AlexNet depth is 8, which is 16, depth 16 or 19. Google Net, its depth is 22. ResNet, it is ResNet 50, depth 50 or 52. There are different 152, 50 like that, ResNet. And DesNet also 121 layers are there. And mobile net 28 layers are there. In efficient net there are various layers. Okay, so this is the residual network. In residual network, here what exactly, see, here we are talking about the deep learning. Deep layers are there. If you will go deep layers, that means we are in the complex structure. Deep layer, right? Deep means how many can be, it will be deep, right? So the structure is going to more complex. So here to avoid that, we are using the residual networks to overcome some network, or here the deep networks are hard to train because there are number of layers are there. So we can what we can reduce some number of layers. That's why it's known as the residual network. Example also we will see later on what is the residual exactly what we are doing with some research work I will show you. Okay, and here see there are the different features layer and the feature vector of CNN model. These are the different models, and the features layer of LXNet is FC6, FC7, fully connected layer 6, fully connected layer 7, 8, like VGC 16, 6, 7, 8, VGC 19 also 6, 7, 8. And then are the these are the feature vectors of particular models, and these are the different models, again the features layer and the features vectors. Okay, so the deep features, you will give the input and it convolute that, and finally we are getting the outputs like this faces, cars, elephants, chair, like the different things or different objects we can able to identify. Okay, so here the deep features fusion of CNN. So these are the different features, different feature fusion techniques. You can do the fusion. This is the pre-fusion, this is the post-fusion, and this is the full fusion models. Here we will combine this train image to the SBM. Then we classify. Again, this see this the taste image and deep features by the different pretend models, and we are combined it with the handcrafted features. We are able to classify. Okay. So next, these models, whatever we discuss about the deep learning, we will apply in a particular problem, that is the breast cancer detection. Okay, so you can we are now lot of female or as well as males are also suffering from the cancer. So most breast cancer occurs in women. However, men also can breast cancer tissues and can develop the cancer. Okay, see from a particular research we go from the site we get this one. This is a different type of cancer, and what is the study says the breast cancer in terms of female. Okay. There are the number of cancerous problems or cancers, and breast cancer is the highest most one you can say in the female. Okay, so for this breast cancer, see, these are the different issues, or these are the problems. First one is the detection of breast cancer using image processing technique, classification of breast cancer using convolutional neural network, then the breast density assessment using image processing technique, and severity assessment of breast cancer using machine learning and deep learning. One by one we will discuss. First we will go to the detection of breast cancer using image processing techniques. So here we in this particular this the data set we used, and here this is the sample X-ray image of malignant and malignant. There are two category. This is the original image, and after that we are cropping, we are getting this type of image, and the model. This is the methodology. See the model here where normal CNN we executed this, or we solved this problem to identify malignant and malignant. Meaning we are using only the CNN model here, the basic structure, whatever we discussed previously. Okay, so input image, then we are adding the zero padding to the image, then convolution, then normalization we are doing, then activation function we are applying, max pulling, then the flattened value we are calculating, then FC, then the fully connected layer we are able to classify whether it is, it comes to which category. Okay, so this particular have the loss and accuracy value we calculated. Here the model achieved attaining accuracy of 84.13% on training set and 75.29% on testing set. This is another problem. Here we are using the mammography images for a detection of breast cancer. Here we consider two type of image, sick and healthy. First one is the sick and another one is the healthy. And see here, this is the particular methodology we applied here. We are using convolutional neural network, and here we are using the fusion fusion features. FC7 here we consider FC7 and FC8 inputting this. Okay. Okay, so in that particular problem, we applied, we fusion this FC6, FC7, this like that, and with LXNet, VGG16, VGG19. So for the from among that, we are getting accuracy, good accuracy in VGG16. Okay, so the same whatever we discussed that in VGG16 we got the good result. These are the different network we applied. We calculated the confusion matrix. Another problem is there breast cancer segmentation using attention based deep learning neural network, sorry, deep neural network. So here we are taking the histopathologic images, and the marks value is like this. And here, see the methodology here, nothing else. It's only a UNet. It's only a UNet. Here, only we applied a attenuation gate here. Another gate known as the attenuation gate we applied here to get the better accuracy. And finally, we compared with the ground truth value with the U segmented value, and we achieved that one. Okay, here we achieved 97.26 accuracy. So another problem is there, like classification. The previous part, whatever I discussed, three things, that is the detection, and then here we are going to discuss about the classification of breast cancer using convolutional neural network. Here, a particular combination hybridization be done with the CNN with the LSTM. Okay, so LSTM is the long short term memory network. Okay, so here we applied on the batch 2012 data set. It have four classes. Okay, so these are A, B, C, D are different classes. This is the methodology we applied in the convolutional pooling. Right here, after the convolutional part, we are apply the LSTM. LSTM. Okay. So LSTM is a type of RNN designed designed to handle long-term dependencies in sequential data. Right. That means nothing. It will store the previous whatever the previous data whatever the previous data it is going to store here. Okay. So after before flattening, we use this LSTM and able to classify different type of um, cancers. Okay, and this is also the result part of that particular images. Okay, so LSTM give the good result here for the prediction. Another one is the breast density assessment using the image processing technique. It is for the automated breast density assessment. See here, here we are taking the automated we are taking this different view. This is the mammograph images, a different view we are taking, According to that, we categorize. We are not categorized; it is already there. We are taking just that categories. Okay, these are the different categories and types of, and what is the range? According to that, what is the range? And here we consider different views only. Okay, and the methodology is works like that: mammogram images, then extract the red channel, then we binarize that, then we have subtracted the unwanted part, because if you will take a different side view, if you will take image of side view, you will get the pectoral muscles. So you have to remove that pectoral muscle parts. Okay. Also, see here how we are executing. This is the original image. How we convert it into the grayscale, then the binarized form. Binarized form, after binarized, what is the unwanted part? This is a particular scene, and this is the pectoral message muscles. We are extracting that first. Then we are multiplying with the marks with the whatever binarized form we are getting, a particular biggest block we are getting, and we are converting into marks, and we are multiplying that to extract the particular cancerous part to detect the cancer. Okay, this is about different data sets. Another work is there also by using efficient net with SBM. SBM you are used as a classification. There's the different category of breast mass. We categorize that according to that number of images we taken. After that, the number of images we are apply the clay processing into that. Okay. So we are applying here also some augmentation value. Here some augmented value. This is without augmentation, and this is after augmentation. We are getting such values, and the augmentation value are like rotate the original image and flipping. Like these are the different augmentation process to increase the data set, because we are applying a large data set where we have to collect the large data set. So here we apply the this particular input image, and to the efficient net, we apply to the efficient net, and after that, for the classification we use here SBA. So this is the confusion matrix we got. Okay, so another work is there also for the severity assessment of the breast cancer. So here these are the three grades we consider. This is only the microscopy images. It's 4x, 10x. It's the size, according to the size we consider. Okay, we consider different sizes. Okay, so the three grades, and we are doing the same thing approaches. And here also we are approaching transfer learning. Transfer learning, nothing in the pretend network. If you will apply some machine learning, it will convert into the transfer learning. Okay, and the deep learning approaches also we applied. So here we handcrafted features. We applied handcrafted features are GLCM, HSG, LBP, and we fit into the classifier to grade the right. So this the result we are getting. That means in the different handcrafted features were used. Na? So according to that, these are the different results. GSM features and LBP features and the HOG features. This much result we are getting. Okay. So apart from that also, I will show you one. See, I'm running one program. See, is it visible? My MATLAB code?
Yes,
Yes?
visible.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay, here see. Here we are taking different categories: benignum, in situ, and in situ, and normal. Different category of input images, right? This is the labeling we are doing. Classes, four classes are there, and here we are taking the mini batch as 14 for the test features. See, it will take some time. Here we're considering, see here the features FC6 features layer. See, it is the confusion matrix is like this. Okay, and also here getting different classes. You classify different classes. According to the confusion matrix, you can class it which from which class it comes. Okay, so this how we execute the program. Okay, I hope you understand something from my slide.
Ma'am, your session was very nice, ma'am. Definitely, it should be in the understandable manner. Kindly share that PPT to us, ma'am. Definitely, it will
Sure,
be
sure,
helpful for us to take to our students to know
sure,
about
sure, sir.
this.
I will share it. Any queries?
Ma'am, in one of your research works, you told about the fusion approach. So, what is the idea behind the fusion and what is the methodology, how the fusion is being carried out?
Yes, yes. I told about that fusion FC6, FC7, that case, right? You are asking on that slide. See, in the fusion, see in the upper layer, what we are getting in VGG16, if you will say, there are FC6, FC7, and fully connected layer 6, fully connected layer 7, 8. And what are the value we are getting that layer? We are going to just confuse means just to considering. Right, confuse means what? Just we are taking there. See, I'm going to that slide. I stopped slide sharing or what else? Is it visible?
No, ma'am.
Is it visible, my slide?
Not yet,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. The screen is showing, ma'am, not slide.
Now it's visible.
In this case, we are asking, na? Here is the feature fusion layer we are applying. Fusion layer is this one is the fusion layer. Okay. In every model, you have the fully connected model, right? The last model, we are getting the fully connected models. So at whatever we discuss in BGG 16, LexNet, BGG 19, ResNet, whatever you consider, there are the fully connected layers are there. Okay. So if you will go for the pretend architecture only, you can understand. Otherwise, you will see what I am saying is something not related. But if you will deeply go to the architecture of particular network, convolutional neural network, then there are the fully connected layers are there, like FC6, FC7, and FC8. Here, just only we how to consider or how, see here we are using the SBM layer. This is the outer layer to get the classification. Before
Mhm.
classification, we are doing the fusions. Okay, so to how to give input to the classification, that depends on the fusion techniques. That means the feature fusion in deep learning combines the features from different layer, or you can say the different modularity or network branches to create more compressive between to represent. Okay, so
That means
from
the features in every CNN variation, finally
yeah,
there
yeah,
is
yeah.
one certain layer.
Every CNN, there are the variation. That means in the yearly fusion is there, right? Yearly fusion, late fusion, fusion intermediate. Also, there are a lot of things are there. But before coming to the output layer, before classification, at the fully connected layer, we are doing the fusion.
Okay, but one model is having one fully connected layer.
Sorry.
One model is
Yes.
having only one fully connected layer. Na? Finally, at the last stage, it doesn't have
Yes.
multiple fully connected layers. So, if the FC6 is the fully connected layer of one model, then what is that FC7 and FC8? Where from those fully connected layers are coming?
It's not like that. You going through the architecture. If you will go to the architecture, then only you can understand whatever you discuss this architecture. See, there are how much fully connected architecture. You are getting confusion that architecture. Huh? It is there in the architecture. You will get the FC values. See the LXNet structure. There are three fully connected, then softmax like that. In BGG 16 also like the same. The
Okay,
architecture is like this. FC6, FC7, FC8.
okay, so one model doesn't have only one fully connected, it's having
No, no,
multiple.
no. The architecture, see, I am showing the architecture. I already shown the architecture is like this. So this is
Okay,
FC6, FC7, FC8, and we are doing the fusion between that.
okay, ma'am, understood.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Any queries? Okay.
Any other queries or shall we stop here?
Ma'am, just maybe before you showed on architecture, ma'am. In that architecture, at the end, you used SVM. SVM, that algorithm you showed. SVM is a machine learning algorithm. ma'am. Why we are using that machine learning algorithm at the end of that deep
It is so much disturbing. I'm not able to listen your question.
Ma'am, can you hear my voice, ma'am?
Yes, yes, right. Right.
Ma'am, at the end of that architecture, you showed SVM. That is belongs to
SBM.
SVM.
Yes.
That is belongs to the machine learning.
Yes, yes, it's a SBM. Yes. See, I told you the transfer learning. Na? Transfer learning means what? Whatever we discuss, BGC 16, BGC 19, these are what? The pretend network models, right? Pretend network mod, CNN pretend network models. And after the pretend network, it's a hybridization between because we are doing want to do the transfer learning, right? So transfer learning means what? Pretend network with some machine learning applications. Like for the classification in that slide, what is I shown you, whatever I shown you, that is for the classification I am using the SBM.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, can you tell where you have used the fusion technique? Means it is a multimodal AI. You have used multimodal AI in your this architecture.
Yes.
And which features means text features also you have used or what fusion of which
Features,
text?
features,
Yes,
features. You are asking the features of the images we are taking, na?
only
So
it's different. Which images? See, scan, X-ray, or which images you have used?
for our work, it depends on your work, na? What is what works you are
Can
using.
you choose them with which
in
other?
in this in this
So,
see in this if you are because the input is we are working on images, right? So the images are features like edges, you are calculating the edges value, right? Because for the cancerous detection we are taking the image value and we are applying some like edge detection techniques, edges, um, and apart from that also if you are using that what deep features in the deep learning, the deep features are like blurriness, edges, these are the features.
but two modalities which you are using means different modalities. Which two modalities you are using? That I'm asking. Which
Oh,
two
what?
different modalities? Modalities.
Sorry for interruption, ma'am. The
I
session
am
is
not
already
able
over.
to understand your question,
Two
sorry.
different modalities, madam. Two different modalities you must be fusing, no? So which different modalities you are using in the work?
In beach work, there are different work I shown you. Uh, okay, for
Sorry for interruption, ma'am. The session is already over. The next session is going to start.
okay, okay.
Very heartfelt thanks you to Dr. Santi Kumari Behera, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, BSSUT Bulla, for delivering such a power-packed and insightful session on deep learning-based medical image classification. Your talk, enriched with research excellence and real-world applications, has, has truly inspired all of us. Being recognized among the world's top 2% scientists by Stanford University is itself a testimony to your outstanding contribution, and today we are fortunate to experience that brilliance firsthand. On behalf of the entire FDP team and participants, we sincerely appreciate the time, effort, and passion you shared with us. Thank you once again, ma'am, for making this session so impactful and motivating. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Some of queries I am unable to answer right now because of limited time. Some, if you want to ask me, you can text, and I will request to the that Abhishek, please convey this question to me, whatever they asked. I am unable to answer right now due to time constraint.
Okay.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you.